Hey there, welcome to Carcassonne with It's Group C of the Carcassonne Champions League qualifications. We are in the final. It's posij from the Czech Republic versus Tomaszek01 from Poland. These two were able to beat their opponents 2-0 all the way to reach the finals here. I think Tomaszek had the harder route. Haven't witnessed this one this year, so I have. In the end, it frankly doesn't matter. Whoever wins this match today will march on into the Champions League group/league stage, and the loser will still get another chance in the consolidated final against either Daniel Ayala or Lord Terry Clough/James81. Still no date set yet. Maybe they'll be playing this weekend as well. So let's take a look. This here is the rating evolution of Tomaszek. So an expert, not reached master level yet. It's stagnation here for the last 1.5 years, but maybe they'll be able to elevate their game into the master area down the road. And then we have posij, who's, well, not sure. I think he just started playing online on BGA in 2023. Quite likely has played before, if I remember correctly, even was Czech offline master before starting his BGA career. Didn't took him long to reach the master threshold there, and from then on stayed there, even reached 800 multiple times in his career. So he should be the favorite today. Let's check if these two have played any games before, and this here just indicates that they just started this match, and there is actually no history whatsoever, so we can just focus on this one here today. And yeah, I know there is another really juicy match running concurrently, so I don't expect a lot of chiming in from the peanut gallery. But if you watch this later on, just let me know in the comments if there's anything I have missed, or if you have anything to add to my commentary here. And of course, any feedback whatsoever would be highly welcome. And if you'd like to chime in on this channel with your voice, well, then hit me up. I'm always open to feature more co-hosts. So for this game here, posij as starting player took the road. Blue, of course, secured this cap. And from there on we go. Looks like both are playing rather fast, not using the increment per turn as it looks like. With this monastery position looks to be favoring yellow. Although this could turn quickly. Road takeover, adding a farmer here for blue, and it would look nice for them as well. For now, I think yellow won't care about this road. They quite likely will just close this one here, deliberating whether to keep the field or roadside to the bottom. And even though there are already 2 twin caps gone, I think field side might be the move to take here. There's not really a big problem leaving this square as is, or as shown here. Still 3 daggers left, so any obstruction isn't really that problematic. This here works well, works as well, but I wouldn't prefer that one. Just because this here leaves more caps to close it immediately. So you have the 3 daggers, you still have 1 twin cap, 5 vanillas, the splitters, could even use an extender there or field Dorito, whereas there are less tiles to go here with the road. And so in the end, yellow opts to do the exact move proposed as well. So as Blue City would be attackable, or is still attackable, I would say maybe just close it. But they prefer to threaten yellow's monastery square there. And we'll go for it. Then trying, of course, adding 2 more pieces from the left side to kill this one. There shouldn't be anything else. Well, I think yellow could go and prevent this 6-point loop road from happening. I could also play against Blue City, going into a mini battle, trying to win that one to the tune of 8 to 1 points. And he chooses this option, also adding a farmer, which definitely is a nice touch. 3 caps here, and this field is worth 12 points, so more or less. This city technically isn't on the field yet, but quite likely will be later on. So Tomaszek again with the cap should be rather easily. Well, yeah. The problem not closing this one immediately when you get the chance is you might not get a second one, and yeah, it's on yellow's field, and technically it's even a -1 point move, but getting this meeple back when you only have 2 in hands, why not? I don't see the reason not to go for this field here. You can take care of it later on and attack it. So yellow will defend over here. The only question is whether to put the cap to the top or to the left. And if you put it to the left, do you meeple it or not? We'll see. We'll see. They go to the top, so this cap ends up on their field. If a city is closed here, this would add more points to them. And also, they don't have to add a meeple on this cap. It semi-protects this city, but it also opens up. Need to change this display here, but it also opens up this option, especially after the 3rd starting tile is gone. And also now yellow has 2 options to harass your city on the left side. Not sure this greediness was the way to go. But for now, it did work for blue. So yellow, well, would just take this road here and then pressure blue's city later. They have 2 meeples in hand. So Any reason not to go for 5 points? Plus adding mild pressure on Blue City for now. Another option would be to create a monastery square for you to later then liberate this monk and take the next one. Also, there's still this option, but I think these two are definitely better. Will I consider anything else? Well, Blue City up top could be a rest. Why not add there? And he picks this one. Okay. Might just try to find Blue's meeples there. Keep Blue at 1 meeple in hand. Would be profitable. So Blue at least prevents the immediate restriction of the upper connection square to a crossroad. And might just indirectly protect the bottom square now as well. Also slightly devaluing yellow's monastery square there. Well, at least once anything is placed here by Blue. So will yellow go for this obstruction? Also building up this 6-point road to be taken once they hit this dagger here. Sounds nice. Looks okay. But he goes for the more evil approach of creating a killing square there. To use a Dorito, or if needs must, a horse to kill Blue's meeple, but go for the liberation of this monk. Yeah, as I said earlier, monastery square is devalued. Now only the remaining road monastery fits there anymore. Another move Blue could have considered instead of the Dorito on the right side would have been this here. Then there would have been only 2 tiles for yellow to block this. The 2 remaining road Doritos with 3 gone. So 2 here, 1 up top. And Blue would get a lot of pieces to save this city from being killed, which they don't have now, because curve over here and kill from the bottom would be incoming, even though this kills yellow's monastery as well. But they opted for the immediate continuation and harassing this square, threatening the kill here with any city piece from the bottom, and I think that's totally fine. Yellow wasn't able to do anything about this city with the vanilla, so they went for harassment of Blue City on the left, while also giving them the chance to score a small city with their next cap. Sounds fine. There are still 2 daggers left, so this limitation would be only a limitation and not a kill. But at least in 25% of chances you draw both daggers and then your opponent would be dead over here, and this I don't like at all. Even if it takes away the cap, I don't like it. Yes, there is the option this here, so it helps devaluing any problems for your city, as you at least get one move to immediately counter any threat there. But was this really necessary? Well, maybe I have to come around on this one. It takes away the cap, so no 4 easy points for yellow, and in a position where yellow only has the 1 meeple in hand, this actually isn't bad at all. I just don't like giving opponents more moves against your city, even if you could employ the square to save your city square there. Yellow built up a sneaky way to block blue city here, like this, even though there are still 2 splitters in the deck, so not immediately threatening, but follow up Dorito would have killed their city at the cost of dumping this monastery there. Blue prevents this from happening. With only 1 meeple in hand, they were unlikely to use the monastery over here, for example, anyway, so it's not a big opportunity cost, but still all lost some value. So splitter in yellow's hands. Will they go for this? Maybe even this one. Rather this here than trying to kill this. Blue might just get something like a cow with which they can't protect. Else yellow could add these caps on their field, but if you add them here, you invite blue to attack it. Might not be ideal here. They could also use this move, indirectly adding this cap to their city, while also pressuring blue city, indirectly adding the city to their field. But they go for this one here, knowing that all 3 extenders are gone and there's only 1 twin cap left, but 3 cows, and blue has to protect. Not sure why they haven't meepled this 5-point road. So yeah, Blue didn't protect this one earlier with the rotary toe. Now it's killed. Yellow's monastery is very likely to be liberated down the road. There are still 4 curves left. And there are still these 3 daggers. So, well, now only 2. One is in Blue's hand. They might protect their city, but also limit this one to be completed by field Doritos or the remaining splitter. They could use this as an attacking platform to connect to Yellow's field. Should they, though? This situation here up top is iffy at best. There's only 1 crossroad left. So they might run into trouble if they go for this field attack too early. Yeah. So 5 points for Yellow because Blue didn't meeple this one. Likely reason being that once closed, there would be this attacking / racing option for Yellow. So looks like Blue had hoped to close this city and then snatch the 5-point road. But I'm not sure they were able to afford this luxury here in this game. They are already down. Yellow has promising features. I mean, there's 1 city. These 2 might get closed, then the field would be worth 9. But was it necessary to invest your penultimate meeple, who knows for how long, on this field right now? Wasn't it enough to just add the curve there and meeple the field once you actually close the 2nd city? I mean, it's not like Yellow would take this field before either one of them would be closed anyway. So Blue might have to leave some points somewhere because they just can't justify meepling specific features with their last meeple, which they could take with the penultimate one. So I'm not a fan of this farmer there. The curve is fine. Could debate whether it's necessary, as there are still 2 daggers left, but yeah, I mean, this way you have 4 pieces to immediately close the city. So yeah, I think it's fine. But I wouldn't have placed the farmer there. Yellow collects another loose road, this time to the tune of 4 points. Blue tries to do something against Yellow City, of course, from the bottom, else they would endanger theirs. And Yellow pressures Blue City on the right. Blue can't do anything about it, but they get the last twin cap to close their city. Take the next one, and well, we'll see if Yellow closes this. No, closes this city in the middle. Of course, they have to. They don't go for the block. It's the penultimate dagger, so no questions asked there. But this allows Blue to close their city as well. without a farmer. You want the farmer here and not over there, of course. And now we'll see a farmer by yellow. But blue might add another one once they close this city. They won't do with this Dorito. Okay, have to eat my words there. Yeah, there are 5 caps left. So starting tile is only 1 rose on the board, and there are still 2 daggers left. And this also creates this monastery square, which right now is the best option for yellow to connect here, which of course they won't do. I mean, why should they? It would only lose them these 3 points. Maybe this gets killed later on and yellow invades on the bottom. But even then, it's likely for blue crawl around their Dorito city. So let's see. I mean, there are still options for yellow to connect to this left field on the top as well. It's definitely not a foregone conclusion here that blue would win this one. And even if blue does, they are down 11 points and 2 meeples. So they quite likely need to win this field, take away these points from yellow and add more city caps to the field to expand it, pad up the value there. It would definitely help to draw the 2 remaining curves. So yellow doesn't get their monastery meeple back. One thing I didn't mention this year was the last crossroad. So this square is killed. And by extension, these meeples are dead as well, as there is nothing to fit up top except for curvy tiles leading into the Abyssia. So we have 3 dead meeples by blue and only 1 by yellow. And it'll be an uphill battle for Tomaszek in this one for sure. Again, most positive feature for them is the field on the left side, scoring a lot of caps there. Seems to be their best shot at winning this one. Because right now they can't really justify an attack like this, needing the curve or a dagger over here to connect, but also creating a 4-point loop or possible 4-point loop for yellow to take once they hit curve. So yeah, sure, you'd add basically these 9 points to your score, but then giving away hypothetically 4 plus this 1 point plus the meeple back, and in the end, even if it's successful and yellow doesn't reconnect somehow, it would be a net gain of only a few points, which doesn't cut it when you're down 14 points. With mid-teens tiles remaining, so 16, 17. Yep, so just inflating this field. Maybe a monastery here. Well, could even be closed. So monastery, drawing caps, closing cities. Yeah, this should be the way to go for blue. So start would be to get the second meeple back and close this city. That's definitely necessary. And now we are at -9, -8, -8. Yeah, well, they could take away this attacking option, but it's a -1 point move, and does it really help? No, it doesn't really help, as yellow would still be able to attack over here. And you'd rather add this cap somewhere on your field. They could try to go for parallel fields over here. So this one up top and this one at the bottom. Adding a cap here and continuing to the left like this, which would be highly efficient as all these cities here would score for both their fields. Unless united over here. The downside being yellow could still invade via the bottom route. Else maybe dumping this here to be taken later. Okay, so blue goes for the field attack. If there were lots of curves out there, yeah, but with only 2 remaining, and again, the necessity to create this possible 4-point loop road for your opponent. This doesn't strike me as a move that would really move the needle in this game. I mean, same could be said for this one, but just this option, adding this cap for your 7-pointer, leaving this road, I mean, you could even justify taking it, even though it's hard to complete. Yeah, and then you have to drop a cap there, which is annoying. You want to have these caps to close cities on your field. So this here would have been also an option. Blue just pads a ruin at the bottom. Is at +12. Yellow pads the ruin at the bottom. Blue was the one with the monastery in hand. Yeah, sure, extending your field, but I mean, come on, you are down 12 points. There are 6 points right there. What's the big deal? Why not take it? 1 meeple in hand should be enough for your remaining 4 moves. And there's still the threat of yellow connecting up top at the bottom and leaving blue's secondary meeple stranded. Although rather unlikely, even if they don't get their hands on monastery or vanilla. they could take the western route. Posij could take the cap up top and create another field there. Could also go for a block here, but nah, this block is really suspicious. It would just give blue the option to double down on this attack, so there won't be anything happening here. He goes for field directly, so if he gets the curve, he'll invade blue's field. If blue gets the curve, he'll invade yellow's field. For blue, it would be an 8-point move, 1 point going to road, and then unifying their 3-point field with yellow's 12-point field. For yellow, it would be a 12, 13-point move. For cities, this one they already score, and 1 road point on top as well. Yep, a sound as well. You may ask why, because this is a 0-point move, taking away 3 points from blue, 3 points from yellow. But if yellow gets onto blue's field, but blue is able to crawl around on the left side, this farmer here would score exactly 0 points. And this move prevents that scenario. But yellow is still up 11. So blue's best shot here, 8 points. 12 points for yellow. 4 points for yellow, but 2 meeples in hand for the last 2 moves. And they will just outscore blue in the end, even though they lost this 15-point field. Unless I missed some chance to still attack this, but without anything over here, doesn't look like there something. This ruin can't be taken as there are no city plus road pieces left. So they... Oh, yeah, that's nice. Why not go for this attack, which can't be blocked other than drawing the 1 connection piece? Because no matter which orientation blue would choose here, the vanilla would always fit. Yeah, so utmost precision, even if it wasn't necessary, as the best blue can do with the vanilla, or in this case, a splitter, seems to be scoring 2 points. Like this or that, doesn't matter. Just, yeah, in this case, when yellow needs or uses the vanilla to connect, even leaving this cap in the open doesn't matter as well. So first one goes to posij at 16 points in the end. Quite convincingly, actually. Yeah, I think this hard to see protection for blue might have given them the better chance, actually. And then in the end, even creating this juicy field here, scrolling cities, didn't work out. This one as well. So it's not like yellow had a lot of cities or so. I mean, sure, small ones and timely dagger as well, but could have gone the other way as well. So this time it's Tomaszek being a starting player still with blue meeples, but just did draw a lousy straight while yellow was waiting to snatch 4 city points. Oh, well, I'm pretty sure yellow won't just take 2 points, but take the city up top. The only question for me would have been whether to use this or this option. They go on the left side just to not give blue lots of options to immediately attack this, although they are present on the left side, on the top side anyway. And also you give blue options for crossroad, juicy options for crossroads like this. So maybe this here would have been better. Prevent problems over here. You don't give away these crossroad options. Well, you leave this road end here for them to take. Well, there were other good options like an immediate attack by blue. So yeah, in the end, both moves with problems, both move with upside. Maybe philosophy. I don't know. I'm not sure which one would have been better. First monastery for blue. Well, they have to use it on the left side and this is really begging for trouble. Any curvy over here and 3 meeples need a dagger. So high risk, high reward. And there was still this one here, which didn't look great, but should have worked okay at least. It's supported by a road. Yeah, sure, a restriction to crossroad might be coming, but I mean, 3 crossroads gone, so not that big of a deal, even though 2 roses were gone. In the end, they chose this option and rendered it, and quite frankly, if they manage to secure this field, adding a second farmer there, this looks just great. Next on the wish list, well, crossroad, a monastery, more caps, of course. And then yellow will have to scramble and fight for this one. Else it could quickly become an insurmountable lead for blue. I mean, it looks that way for now. Yellow again gets a triple city tile. They have to go for this, hope to draw a few Doritos to at least close a juicy city. Blue will take this city, even though it could endanger the road. Doesn't really matter for now. Just score, score, score. Add cities to your field. And then hang on to the field. Yellow obstructs the road, more or less as expected, but if you're blue, well, just wait. There are still 2 road monasteries left. You might get one, add another city to your field, snatch a 6-point monastery. Even if this might get killed over here, at least it scores some points. But the first road monastery goes to yellow. Blue created the monastery square. Yellow takes it. Why not? You'd rather not give your opponent a chance to add a regular monastery for 7 points there. So why not take this yourself for 5? Meanwhile, blue gets crossroads, consecutive ones. One here to at least supply 1 road end to this one. And the other one he uses to score 2 up top and create an attacking platform against Yellow City as the threat works. At least adds 1 point for yellow, more or less, by blue not meepling a 3-point road, which they could have taken, which would also have opened up their field to the left even more. Also, good attack by yellow, just preventing blue from closing an 8-point city on their own. Blue responds by limiting this square, so only cows, field Doritos, and the perfect tile for blue. The splitter fit there. Now blue has 2 options here. Either continue with the city, close this maybe, rather wait for an extender, but then giving an option for yellow to completely take the city over. Wait for the splitter, of course, or hope to draw the Dorito yourself to take the city over. Not sure this will work out. Seems to be rather unlikely, but at least it prevents another attack here on yellow, which they might have gone for, figuring down 20 points here and have the meeples in hand to do something about it. Another 7-point of blue, just padding their lead. Right now it's 26 points, but the field only supplied 12. So even if yellow were able to tie the field down the line, they'd still have to come up with plus 15, 16 somewhere. So this city is would definitely be huge for yellow. And now blue has to answer this question here. Do you attack this? Or don't you? And just close your city, leave this as is, hope that your opponent doesn't get a vanilla, for example, to attack here, and then draw one of the 2 remaining cows. This isn't a huge problem. Again, only 2 cows left. So there's a 25% chance for blue to draw both. And additionally, there's the option to re-attack the city, or would be the option to re-attack the city. Oh, yeah. Blue plays the more conventional move. I'm pretty sure yellow will attack now. They do. Blue will re-attack just to prevent the worst outcome. And then yellow will hope to draw the splitter. So let's just add the splitter as critical tile right there. And of course, the cows for now. Here we go. There is the road monastery for blue, adding another 10 points to their lead if they decide to use and meeple it there, which I think they should. Needs only 3 roads to be completed, 3 road pieces to be completed. So why not? You have the meeples, and even if you lose the monastery, doesn't really matter. And if you lose the monastery, yellow might lose their city as well. What could happen here? Nah. Why don't you meeple this one? There's no reason. Come on. 6 points right there. There are options to close this, and it's not like this has any downside. I mean, it even gives you a chance to act against yellow city. So you might want to play something here anyway. Yellow liberates the monastery, also creates an attacking option against the field, their second one. It doesn't work as they had hoped for, but nonetheless, they might just go for it. They don't. They care for this city first. And I'm not convinced that this here was the priority. Take away the option at the top, which there were more tiles to attack there. For example, Rotorito's horses, which can't be used at the bottom. And the threat of a block like this isn't that severe when there are still 3 starting tiles left. On the other hand, the only option to immediately attack this from the bottom were said starting tiles, and these 3 would have worked at the top as well. So I think this here is an imprecision by posij. At least I very likely would have chosen the space at the top. Now he still has to score. So takes the city, adds volatility by leaving this cap out there for anyone to take. Doesn't hit a cap to close this city. Adds 1 farmer to still lose field. There are 2 blue meeples versus 1 from yellow there. And now that the top city is shared for now, it really doesn't look great for yellow. So they need a cow, which is done. They get the cow. and they need a splitter. And this here is under threat. No crossroads left. Any road from the left would kill this immediately. But at minus 31, I don't think yellow has the luxury to defend there. If you only have the one cow left to threaten running away with the city. Yeah, I get this completely. I mean, just draw one starting tile, you get your meeple back, you get 4 additional points, and you're only in air quotes down 27. You could score these 4, then attack the field. And you might be just down 10, so well, could still attack this city, but why not threaten this one here? I mean, you could just luck out, your opponent gets a straight, you get the splitter, or if they get a Dorito, they might make this move, which frankly, if yellow connects here, they shouldn't. Then a gambit like this would have been all they needed. But they might make this mistake and you might be able to reattack. All the while, you have more moves to liberate your road meeple. So now this here is yellow setting up Hail Marys. Only one road Dorito left. Still 2 horses though. Well, what else is there? Go for the field. Increase the value of the field. Add a third farmer. Sometime take the field over. Looks like yellow has to go for moves like that. Whereas blue could just play it safe, close the city even. Doesn't even need to attack this. Could attack it, but would do this here to prevent a takeover. Could also kill the city up top, just to keep these meeples from entering their respective benches. Or yeah, this here works as well. Just add an insurance farmer to preempt yellow adding a third farmer somewhere. So basically this one forces yellow to add a third and a fourth farmer even, because it's quite likely they still need to close this gap with a starting tile and would add blue's third one there. If they don't, they might just not have enough firepower to fight for a field takeover anyway. And also the secondary field for 6, maybe 9 points in the end for blue. Looks like it would be enough for them to win this game, even if they lost the main field to yellow. Yeah, and all this field play might be exactly the reason why blue didn't meeple the monastery, because they prefer to keep more meeples in hand What? Am I missing something? Absolute blunder by blue. There's no reason at all to go there. You lose 2 points directly, but way more problematic. You set up your opponent for this attack to immediately snatch this juicy 26, 24 point city with 2 moves. Absolute blunder. I don't know what happened there. I mean, just dump it on the right side. Prevent exactly move like this. Or frankly, dump it anywhere for all I care. It's the last cow, so this city was dead without the cow there. This here is the best news for yellow in a long while. Oh, well. Okay, let me refocus. What should yellow do? Yeah, attack the field somewhere, and it's a good, very good option. Sure, could be very good. Okay, nah, very good is too much. It could be immediately killed on the left side, and then you'd only have one curve left to connect. And it doesn't look like there was anything better. Wow. So yellow could now try to take over the field. The problem is they are down 37 points. So even if they'd take away these 8 cities from blue, this would be 24. And they would add 21 because this year is already scored for this meeple. This is 45. They would take the lead, but it would only be 8 points. And this might not be enough against blue with still 1 meeple in hand. And 8 tiles to go. 8 moves to score 9 points because blue needs to win here. The tie would secure the win for yellow. Quite frankly, even more than these 9 points, because the city now that blue, I still don't know why, but supplied the cow there, and there are still caps out there, which yellow would use in a heartbeat to close the city, which blue should prevent. So blue, well, they have to calculate everything exactly. And then in the end, they might come, maybe should come to the conclusion that a restriction of the city to exactly 1 cap should be the move here. Yeah, the problem of this monastery was, first of all, it just takes away 2 starting tiles, but leaves 4 straights. Whoa. So that's not a huge deal. And it gave away this option for yellow to have this secure double field attack. And now blue just decides they need to tie the field. I mean, they are right. If they tie the field, they win this game, sure. But do you need to go for this? No, you don't. You could have just gone the outscoring route. It works for them, but still, I think this here isn't the move to take. Bottom line, though, it will be hard for yellow to come back. They, of course, need a straight there, and they need more meeples. This time, blue doesn't supply them with juicy options, kills this city. The one on the right side, though, is still alive. And yellow, well, they need one move to connect here. And they need 2 more moves to add another farmer. So he creates options to attack the field. Tomaszek should take them away, like this, for example. Oh, this takes away options here. It restricts options there. Goes for this city, tries to prevent yellow adding a cap to it. Yellow creates another option to attack the field once they get their hands on meeples. Blue takes away 1 cap. Now there's only 1 left, and yellow didn't hit it. Instead of this extender, they would have needed the starting, not a starting tile, a straight, or the starting tile to get meeples. They didn't, and now it's too late. Even if blue hadn't drawn the starting tile now, it's just too late. So blue will win this one. Even, I can't call this convincing fashion. This move here, don't know what he was thinking there. Just don't get it. Doesn't make any sense at all. That's just, I mean, you were at almost 100% winning probability here, and with this one, it dipped to, I don't know, 60, because you were still the favorite, sure, but I mean, giving your opponent this chance and then later on the clear path by taking this field, never this year. And then later on, when he had the chance to just outscore yellow, even though it was critical due to, again, this city on the right side and more meeples for both. So yeah, let's call it a content move. I was able to rant a bit, so I'm fine. In the end, he won, but if he does stuff like that, he's setting himself up to fail. If you have a master like posij down at minus 30, don't give them hope. Don't give them any chance. just continue and playing precise game. Yeah, blue should defend and take the monastery. The fact, though, that they are thinking about this move suggests nothing good. Oh, I'll just shut my trap for a second and let them think. No. Yeah, sure, you are harassing Yellow's road, but you give Yellow the chance to take a 3-point city, 3-point, oh, damn it, 3-point road, while also creating more pressure squares against your city instead of doing this here, which is totally safe. There's no way at all to block this for a very long time. And you are definitely the favorite to build up the monastery, which also controls Yellow City on the right, score 3 points, and close a 6-point road. Yeah. Nah. This here. Left a lot on the table. Quite a lot. Yeah, next monastery for blue. This time, easy decision. Not ideal. Limitation over here. Restricting, killing the square. 2 versus 1 meeples in a battle there. Definitely not. This would definitely not be a great outcome for blue. Nonetheless, it's a stacked monastery. It's worth 5 points. You will have 2 spaces there to add 2 more points each. Could even stack more monasteries, so you go for it in the beginning. There are still enough crossroads out there, even if this square might become iffy. Yep, and he chooses to resolve this situation, at least temporarily. I would pack Yellow on this move, going for the city, maybe going for harassment here while creating a ruin up top, but definitely taking away easy continuations for blue, like just taking the city with a cap. There's no need to do anything at the bottom. So yeah, in the end, I guess Yellow will take this move. I hope for blue's sake they are not considering to do this here, because then they would need not just 1 but 2 Doritos. Instead, they should take this road. Now they only need the 1 Dorito to close this roadside. and only another curve to bench there. At least, well, in my book, not ideal monastery placement, and the road yellow took due to on this one here. He didn't want to do that, but there weren't great alternatives. I mean, adding a second cap next to your already present one is always annoying. Maybe this here would have been an option. Yeah, it's definitely an option, but does it work? Could have. Could have even gone for the field and just hope to draw a cap. Or maybe if your opponent gets a cap with road to the left, at least this here would be prevented. The unification would be prevented. Well, not ideal. Yeah, so blue goes for the restriction here, but does it work? Not really. Supplying 2 points to your opponent's feature, and if the square gets killed, well, then yellow is more likely to have the upper hand in the end, because their ruin might just grow and could easily grow beyond the 8 points blue would score for the monastery. So instead, why not dump this over here? No, you can't. You only have the one meeple in hand. Okay, well, I see. Add it to your city, why not? This gets killed. It's a ruin fight. Doesn't matter. The likelihood of yellow drawing a splitter to immediately reattack, it's small, and even if, what's the big deal? There's still enough chances to do something about it. Yeah, so the cow, he does this exact move. With the horse, he didn't. In a case where blue is the side who needs meeples and yellow doesn't, nah, I don't like this. Still don't like this. So yellow might create some loop over here, but they would like to use the city cap, so it doesn't look like a loop. Looks more like this option. Okay, instead, he just adds this there with the idea of drawing one of the twin caps to then limit blue city to the one and only remaining dagger, as 2 are already on the board. This is actually a nice idea. Blue could, of course, kill this now, but I think they'll just connect these roads. The threat of yellow restricting the square to a crossroad is looming there, and the longer yellow has to wait, the likelier they are to draw something to prevent this connection. It's your last meeple. There are still 5 big city tiles out there. So not without risk, this one. You only have the 1 tile to get meeples back elsewhere. And you might very well end up without this meeple for at least 2 of your moves. It's tricky. Never want to leave a cap in the open, but in this case, it might have been necessary. So at least blue gets to prevent the problem over here, but adding the dagger there gives then yellow the chance to take over this city, and instead of splitting these 2 cities, connect with the one of the 3 remaining extenders. So not a move taken lightly there. There's the extender, and quite frankly, if I'm yellow, I'd go for it. Still have options to then attack this. Yes, it's volatility, and if one of the 2 remaining Rotoritos hits immediately, you might rue this decision immediately. But it's a great chance, and if you get this city, it's looking pretty great. Posey, as he quite likely should, just adds this extender to the left side, still having 2 twin caps here, still having chances to attack the city on the right. And if this works out in the end, so something like this here with a successful attack beforehand, of course, it would score a healthy bunch of points for him as well. So this here is even better than the starting tile, of course. And this is the attack, but it also sets up a loop which blue will kill. Is this curve the best option there? Giving you 6 options, whereas you could have 8 and use 4 straights. And this here, you need similar tiles, or could use some tiles in both spaces. And in addition, once yellow closes their city, don't mind this one, I would use it over here, but it's just an example. This would allow them to kill this square, which the other orientation doesn't. The worst that could happen would be a limitation to the remaining road monastery. Yeah, so not a fan of this curve's orientation. Yellow might equalize the city or go for the slightly more volatile approach. Okay, they go for the equalization, which is fine. Sure, still two splitters out there, which would be great pieces for blue to get. So now, will we see the extender connection, hoping to draw any Dorito out of the 5 that are still in the deck? I mean, blue can't immediately attack somewhere. He at least would need 2 pieces. And he already has a good move, a good spot for these splitters. Yellow still doesn't go for it. Okay, just plays it safe. And also threatens this square, which was totally unnecessary. Again, no need at all to give them this chance here. Will we see the defense by blue? We do. Yellow closes their city, sure. Still 2 twin caps to run away with this. And if they manage to connect, the extender works as well. Blue even closes this city, has to supply 2 of their hard-earned city points to yellow, just to finally get a meeple back. So critical tiles, well, there's the road monastery as well now. Yellow does the same thing, takes the field. Was the worst that could have happened was blue drawing a road Dorito and taking the field. Last chance for yellow to connect the cities, but with 2 splitters, they definitely won't do this now. Unless they would like to let me eat my words again, but I don't see this happening now. Now that they punted on this connection twice. I mean, the first one, sure. The second, yeah, there are still the splitters left. So you'd lose all this investment here if blue just gets the splitter, and all you get would be 4 points. Well, plus 3 for your field. So I don't see yellow connecting. But we'll see. What else is there? Well, continuing up top for the 1 point, but the threat of being blocked over here immediately. Does it matter? I mean, there's only the 1 dagger left. Wow! What? So blue takes the meeple back, yeah. But what if yellow gets any of the 3 caps here and runs away with the city? Do you need this one? I mean, looks like it. Doesn't even kill this. Because he's down and quite frankly might have lost the hope to get one of these road Doritos. Okay. Well, The penultimate one was drawn by yellow, just after blue's dagger move. Field for 6, city, supplying a city to the main field, getting meeples back. And now yellow's at plus 14. But there is still one road to Dorito left for blue to finally get all these meeples back. It would only be a -1 point move. 2 points for the road, but 3 points for yellow's farmer. But getting 3 versus 2 meeples back might allow them to then storm the field. And there's also the road monastery left for blue, which they could also use to invade the field with an unblockable 50-50. So it's definitely not over. There's also this at the bottom, which could be used, for example, like this here, or maybe it's the same basically, but maybe better because you take away this field. Don't know. Definitely options to take over the main field. So it'll be a fight down the road. And what will yellow do now? Will they add a farmer up top? Yeah, they are. And frankly, I think blue should. It's the last meeple again. Oh, damn it. Yeah, then this connection here. Or just go all in. But this here is still blockable with rows or starting tile. But if blue uses this here, they'd have this chance to connect there. So 2 options for their right farmer to enter the main field. Then the question would be, is this main field even worth this investment? Well, if all these are connected, 18 points, but yellow is at plus 11, and for now their field is only worth 9. So doesn't really work. I mean, blue's farmers are scoring the same as yellow's. So there are 12 points for this field, 6 points for the right field, 6 points for this, 3 points for this farmer, and 9 points for yellow's original farmer. So 18 for both. Nice one. Yellow kills this, takes away 1 option from yellow to score 7 points. From blue, damn it, why do I keep mixing up these colors? Meanwhile, blue created the evil hamster on the left side. Also, there is one really evil, sneaky option for yellow, which would be this here. Creating a huge main field, which they are very likely to take down in the end. So does he connect? Nah. The option on the right side should be good enough. Could have gone for this thread. Okay, takes it safe, plays it safe, connects. Blue still hasn't killed this. Quite frankly, could do now. And he does. Just in time. There's only one cap left to score the 7 points for blue, so not absolutely necessary for yellow to take this. I might opt to score 2 points and kill blue's connection into the main field. But he goes for the 1-pointer, which sets up 3 points for blue and the unblockable field connection if they see it. But considering it's the most they can score with the crossroad anyway, they should. And this would also set up a 4-point road, and there still are 3 curves left. So it's the move to make right now. Blue is behind. They might need to take over a bigger field if they don't get this one or the road monastery. On the other hand, they could just not go for any connection. The problem then, not go for this connection. The problem then is this here and still the 3 curves in the deck to take away the 12-point field from blue while also adding 3 caps to yellow's field. But yellow just simply scores 3 points. Just, I don't know, waits for the next curve, or maybe the road monastery to then go here, which they absolutely should, as it would also add, as I mentioned earlier, the 3rd farmer to the main field. But it looks like yellow is just trying to outscore blue, just going for it. But does this work? If the monastery hits for blue, the game would be tied immediately. But then there still are 2 curves left. It's just great. So blue might be taking the point there. There's still not a vanilla, a splitter left. So, and it hits. Yellow would have taken 7 points. I could add this at the bottom. Still 1 cap left. Or protect up top against an invasion by blue. Well, the biggest problem for yellow would be field unification and then another attack by blue. Take this one over. It's not yet necessary. Blue just needs Road Monastery, Road Dorito finally to get more happy meeples to attack the farm. It's also an option to attack here with running straights, for example. Your yellow opts to dump this onto the field. There's still one starting tile left to score either 4 points plus 3 for the field at the bottom, or 9 points over here, 3 there, 6-point field there. And here we are. That's the road monastery for yellow with 3 points, and Tomaszek is spot on. That's game over. This farmer here is, well, imprisoned on his 9-point field. There is no way anymore into the main field. And blue, even if they get their hands on the road to Rito to finally get meeples back, would need to add not just 1, but 2 farmers to the main field. And even if they do, this might not be enough. Let's figure this out. 9, yeah, this is 27. And the difference is greater than that. So they would need to take over the field and outscore yellow, but they don't get to. Did I talk about this road to Rito all the time when it... Oh, damn it. When was this? 20 moves ago or so, right? Oh, come on. Yeah, that's the problem if you don't have anyone in the chat. What a blunder. What a blunder. So this here was the last road to Rito. The square was dead a long time ago, and I just talked a lot of shit afterwards. Yeah, in that case, it might have been necessary for blue to prevent this option earlier on when they could, adding a curve over here. Yeah, what is it? Okay. I still have to check when exactly was this one drawn and why did I not notice. I mean, I even said something about the block. Yeah, oh damn it. 20 tiles, come on, I mean. Oh man. I'm sorry, folks. If you watch this later on, just ignore me talking about the road to Rito, please. I say it again, I need co-hosts exactly for situations like this one. Yeah, I mean, just need to look there. There is no road to Rito left. Come on. Would this have changed anything for blue? Well, they needed the road monastery to have a great chance here. And I mean, in this case, I would have set up that one. This here's dead. My only chance to get a meeple back is the road monastery. and I'm down 9 points. I mean, I need to score, and I need to have, in an ideal world, at least one way to win this game and one clear way to win this game. But the problem is, again, yellow's field is only worth the 9 points, right? It's 9 points. Your fields are 21, so it just doesn't work. The connection is, yeah, you score 3 points, so -6, 4 points for the road when you hit the curve, -2, but then you lose 9 points from the field unification, and you're down -11. That's the same as now. Yeah, but then you would have, it's not enough. It's a 21-point field. Even if you take this over, you are ahead 10 points, but without a meeple in hand. And your opponent quite likely will just outscore you with this tight field, and or might even take the field over again. So yeah, that's not really a great option. Okay, it is what it is. In the end, posij won this, and just for this abysmal cow move by Tomaszek in the second game. If you watch the stream, you know what I'm talking about. If not, check it. I think it's at least all fine with me that posij managed to win this one. So this one here from the Czech Republic just has qualified for this season's Champions League main stage, and Tomaszek gets a second chance again against one of these 3 players. Likely next week. Or no, the week after that. So around Christmas. Well, maybe this one here gets played earlier in the week, although no dates scheduled for Lord Terry Clough James 81 when there's only 1 day left in this time span. Doesn't bode well for an early lower final next week, but we'll see. So definitely congratulations to posij for winning in this group. He was the favorite and underlined this position by beating 3. I don't know about Peter Chaucha, but Snow Island and Tomaszek definitely are good players. So at least 2, possibly 3 good players. Doesn't matter, winning a 3 best of 3s in a row is a nice accomplishment here. So that's it for me for now. I won't go to the main page now to check out tomorrow's games because I haven't seen Nallerheim's match versus Phosphate yet, and I'd rather not spoil myself. So I'll enjoy this later on. Now it's time for me to eat some dinner. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you around possibly tomorrow, maybe next week. Who knows? If you want to support me, check the description. There are loads of options there. Bye bye.